Hey y'all. Oh, I gotta move this over just a little bit. Okay, there's that. Okay, great. No, yep. Oh God, you don't have to ding. It's okay. We're all okay now. Sorry, my computer was like, we're not okay, and I'm like, nah, girl, we okay. We are OBKB. Sweet. Good evening. Welcome to yet another DMing Hadley game. Tonight it's the Bards are back in town. The Bards back in town. And we're doing what we like to affectionately call baby bards because they're just so little right now. These poor sweet high school students. I mean, it's rough. It's rough out there. It's rough out there for some teenagers. That's all I'm saying. It's rough out there. Some of y'all's teachers expect you to be bringing home basilisk venom. Come on now. Come on now. This is our education system. Anywho, welcome back, folks. Nice to have you. I'm fresh off some real disturbing bullshit, and I'm ready instead for the light-hearted musings of your characters. Can't wait to see them and see what they do tonight on the Bards are back in town. I This is season four, episode 6. And I've titled this episode B is for Basilisk. Simple man, simple pleasures. And y'all are going to have to make friends with the basilisk or kill it. I don't know. I'm not in charge of these things.
We are not killing a basilisk in Heather's little forest.
It's not
We are
technically.
befriending him, and he will be our puppy.
It's not technically your forest.
I realize this, but I will call it mine because it belongs to the Fae that live in there.
The Fae actually don't fool around over here. They know better. Yeah. But you don't. You don't. I think with that, it's time to do the round robin. Hey, y'all should know what we do by now. Okay? You should. If you're seeing this episode and somehow haven't seen the rest of the games that I've run, I guess welcome. Pleasure to have you. Stick around. And probably go back and catch up a little bit because the round robin, we do it every single game. It's pretty simple. We do 4 distinct things. The first thing we do is introduce ourselves. The second thing we do is share with one another in the world our pronouns. The third thing we do is introduce our characters. And the fourth and final thing is offer a vivid aesthetic description of our characters so that they may live in each and every one of our brain holes. Because I like to vividly hallucinate with my friends on the internet for 2 to 3 hours at a time, 6 days a week, often multiple times per day, and today is no different. So, without further ado, Finn, why don't you take it away and show the folks at home how it's done?
Hi, I'm Finn. They, them. I kind of feel like a depressed bitch, but that's in character, so.
Welcome to America.
Thanks. I play Mava, she, her, she, they, I don't know.
Her gender is hot.
She's underage, Hadley.
She's still hot. I'm not trying to have sex with her. There's a difference between aesthetic appreciation and predatory behavior.
That phrasing is on a blurry line.
It's not.
A little bit, but
it's not. Wanting to do inappropriate things to an adolescent is not okay. The other side of that line is pretty distinct. It's pretty distinct. There she is.
Yeah. I have some other. Open the folder.
Do it. Yes.
The folder of all pie crews.
Yes.
Some other outfits because
She's dope. We gotta find the gym, the not assigned gym uniform.
The outfit she is designated as the gym outfit.
Right. Exactly. Sweet. What else about Mabel?
She's a half fairy. Her aesthetic is Kinder Whore Riot Girl. And fairy grunge, kind of mixture of that.
Fairy grunge is good. That's so good. It's good.
Yeah, depressed teen self-insert.
In my games, never.
Okay, that's it.
Cool. Thanks. Wyatt.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Wyatt. I use he, it, and they pronouns because fuck the government. I don't give a shit about that shit. Steal from your local Hobby Lobby, but don't steal from
don't steal
you know,
from
small
people,
businesses.
y'all.
Don't steal from small businesses. Steal from corporations, especially homophobic ones.
Corporations aren't people.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm playing my boy Heather today. I love him very much. He's a good little man. I'm gonna screen share once I stop getting notifications on my iPad.
Sorry.
Charles says hi. I'm gonna screen share real quick. One. This is my son.
Son?
We love him.
We love you.
He's a good little man. He's our favorite local sophomore in high school. He's a little 15-year-old baby man. And I draw him a lot. This is more of him. And this is my most recent art of him that, you know, police siren lights and knives. But that's not high school boy, so it's fine. This is high school boy. We love him. He's a good man.
Hello.
Yeah, we're thriving in this household with Heather art. And only with Heather art.
He's only with Heather art.
He's also a small baby bard, obviously, and he's just a precious little man. He's a full fairy, and I love him. That's all. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye. Wait. You have a friend, a companion.
Yes, he has Baby Bark, his service dog, who is lovely, and I haven't drawn yet. He's a little brown and white pit bull, and he's a hellhound. And we don't know. He serves basically no mechanical benefit. He's just a good boy. And he can barf fire.
I was about to say, I don't know that that's true. He certainly serves that.
I don't have stats for him, and he's not a familiar. He can just barf fire.
Hang on. Just give me just once. I just got one quick thing. It won't take very long at all. Won't.
Are you giving me stats for my son that you didn't want me to have?
I didn't tell you. Why did you think I didn't want you to have him?
I'm kidding. I'm mostly kidding, but also it took me so much. It kind of took me forcing him in. It's fine.
Here's the only thing. Here's the thing. There was a simple warning. I don't mess with kids and animals in games in front of the veil. In most of my games, they're just straight off limits. I had one player who was like, I want to get a dog and I want to be able to use him in combat. And I was like, you've got a problem on your hands.
If Baby Bark dies, Baby Bark dies. He's a hellhound. He respawns in hell.
That is correct. This was just a regular dog. And they were like, I want to have a dog to be able to use. And I was like, okay, but they have stats and they can die. And they were like, well, I'm like level 12. Why is this dog like a regular dog? I was like, because it's a regular dog. It's just a regular dog. You have a health
If you're
hound.
level 12, why do you need to have a dog to help you fight? You're fine.
Yeah, if you're level 12, you don't need a dog to fight. Hello?
Hey, y'all, you don't have to tell me. You preaching the preacher. I'm the preacher. There's
Where do dogs respawn to? They just respawn in heaven.
yeah, but you don't ever get them back. The Hellhound might come back.
It's reincarnation.
I think this hellhound would come back, all things considered.
Yeah, it might be difficult to keep this Hellhound from making its way back to you.
Heather has had this fucking dog since he was like 6.
Yeah,
which is the first. It's the first sign he should have gotten that it was a hellhound. That it hasn't died yet.
It's just a little like montage of him just walking through hell, and he's just like really happy and dopey about it, and 500 Miles is playing in the background.
Nice. Yes. Cool. Thanks, Wyatt. Hey, James. Oh no, it is his. It's him. It's not me. It was him.
What?
Oh, you're getting choppy on me.
Oh, okay. And I'm going to be playing Days Dane, my Latorian Bard.
He's pretty dope. You got some art inspo? Yeah?
Yeah, let's see if I can do this properly now.
If you are unable to present, let me know and I will drop it from Discord.
Oh, okay. That was the problem. I didn't select what screen I was showing. Okay.
There we go.
Okay, let's see here.
Dope. There he is.
Yes. Yep. So this is him on the right here. He is a tall boy.
He was what, like 6 something?
Yeah, 6'1".
Okay. I think if I saw a raccoon person that was nearly as tall as me, I'd be moved by it.
Imagine all the trash cans he could dig in.
I will help him.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's interesting because I'm a raccoon. I actually have a racial trait that's called Trash Panda.
It's amazing.
It gives me resistance against poison and disease.
It's fantastic. Magnificent. What else?
I think it's kind of hilarious that he's afraid of Heather's dog.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, he doesn't like dogs that much in the first place, considering he's a raccoon. But now that he knows it's a hellhound, it freaks him out.
Yeah, that's just normal levels of being freaked out. Understandable indeed. Sweet. That's everybody. Oh no, I'm DMing Hadley, he, him pronouns here for about 60% or so of your DMing needs. I'm your dad. Clean up your room. I don't care whose roof you live under. It's just go ahead and just pick up everything and at least move it someplace else. And then you'll be forced to sort that and all the other things, but the room will be clean. And then you'll deal with those things in due time. It's okay. Just one thing at a time. Also send me art. I'll put it on the refrigerator. And I know for all my frustrations that I express, I really am proud of you. Just keep on keeping on. That's the ticket. You'll get through it. You don't even have to want to. Just keep on. Just doing the thing. Let's roll for initiative. Who is first?
21.
Anybody gonna beat a 21? Who's next?
15. And do I roll separately for baby or no?
No.
Okay. Figured I'd ask.
Hmm.
6.
Ooh. Okay. Cool. As the three of you have wandered quite a ways through the woods, you've actually come out of the woods into a bit of an open plain. And as you look up ahead, you sort of come over a crest. You see some rocks sitting over one another. And as expected, you look out, Heather, and you see a little baby basilisk. And they skitter their way out from under the rocks, look around through opaque eyes sent at the air. They are spiny, long. They got sort of squat little legs. They have an almost snake-like, thick snake-like appearance, with all these little sharp barbs on them. And doesn't look like currently it recognizes that you're there. And Jace, as you look out, you're. How do you feel? How do you feel? We know how you feel about doggos. How do you feel about basilisks?
I think I'm gonna take my chances with the Hellhound.
Okay. Unfortunately, you're up first in initiative. So whatever chances you might take, what would you like to do?
What, I'm actually kind of at a loss here because Heather doesn't want to kill it, and I'm uh, not sure what else we can do to complete our mission.
Um, roll me a nature, arcana, or insight check, please.
If you don't tell Heather it's dead, he probably won't notice.
Okay, let's see, nature.
Also, I don't know that you know that Heather doesn't want it dead yet, necessarily.
Oh, 19 for nature.
You don't technically have to kill a basilisk to get its venom. It's definitely a lot easier. It's definitely a lot easier to just kill it and then
Yeah.
just go in, open its mouth. They're these little sacs. You just make a little slit at the top of the mouth, pop out the sacs, ba-bam. And Basilisk's your uncle. The little ones aren't going to have very much of it. You really you'd have to go all Jedi younglings to get enough from the little ones. But if you could keep a big one from turning you into stone or biting your hand off, you could maybe get it to bite something and then just sort of like extract the venom. That could be a thing. But if that thing looks at you and you look at it, it's a real problem. It's a real problem. Oh, you also get one more thing. The little ones do seem to have. They have not like molted their first skin yet,
They still have their eye
so
caps.
they've got their eye caps on. They all look a little hazy and opaque. Well, this one does. He's the only one you see currently, but with any luck, the rest of them won't have grown much larger.
Right. Since I have a proficiency in stealth, I'm going to try and uh, see if I can get closer to it to potentially extract some venom from it without it noticing.
That's going to be nigh on impossible, but the stealth we can get you
Right.
closer potentially. Yeah, go and roll me a
Oh,
stealth
okay.
check.
Okay. Let's 17.
17 children. It does not seem to know exactly where you are. It sort of turns and scents, and as you move, it sort of looks where your last couple of steps were, and then looks away, like trying to track where you might go next. And I think as you sort of shift one way and then the other, and then sort of like a little farther out, you're able to get closer and closer to this thing, and you can get within 5 feet of it. You were essentially standing looking down at this thing. It is maybe 3.5 feet long, um, pretty thick around the middle, spiny all over. And you see its little forked tongue whipping out and trying to smell where you're at, and can't come up with you quite yet. That's just your movement. So if you want to take an action, you can try and do that.
Well, I don't want it to find me before I can do anything like to try and get its venom. So I'm going to try to use prestidigitation to create a loud bang in front of it to distract it.
Okay. Actually, let's do this. Currently, you would have advantage on just about any roll against this thing. So if you wanted to try and grapple it, or you wanted to, currently
Okay.
it's not focused on you. It's looking for you, scenting for you, but
Okay.
you've got the jump on
Okay. Yeah. Uh, uh, I guess I'll try to grapple it to see if I can make it easier
it. Okay.
on all of us.
Sweet. Roll me an athletics check, please.
Okay, athletics. 7.
As you move towards this thing, it does like that cat spring in the air, just sort of leaps about 4 feet up in the air and begins to thrash around. And it sort of like air hikes its way back onto the rock in front of you, and then begins to start skittering backwards. And as it does, it starts making this chirping sound. And then you start hearing chirps in reply. And roll me a nature or perception check, please.
Natural 20 on nature.
You have a feeling that there's a clutch of these basilisks, 7 to be precise, including the one on the rock in front of you, and they're calling for Mama. You don't see Mama yet, but like little birds cheeping, these things are making little squeaky calls and chirping and chittering, and they seem to grow with intensity as you look on. And Heather, as you look up, you hear some distressed basilisk babies.
Heather, as this has been happening, was already like tying something around his eyes,
Nice.
so he didn't have to like look. And he's doing the same thing for he does the same thing for Baby Bark,
Sure.
because Baby has advantage on sniffing checks anyway, hearing and sniff checks, so it's fine. And also gets advantage on rolls if his allies are within 5 feet of his target.
Cool.
I've been given a hellhound. So I think Heather, after like blindfolding himself and his dog, will just kind of. I want to roll. I want to roll something to see if I can hear how far away Mom is, or if I can hear her at all.
Yeah, roll me a perception check. Straight perception.
Straight perception. Gotcha. God damn it! I rolled performance. Hang on. Sorry.
Mm.
19 plus 6, 25.
As you listen, you very distinctly do not hear Mama yet. You do not
At
hear
all?
a response to that cry yet. No.
Okay. So I think with that, Heather is going to grab Baby's. Like I said, he has one of those handle, like those little bar things. He's gonna grab that and he's gonna give Baby Bark the command, like, "All right, sniff him out."
Yeah, it doesn't take much because between the chittering and squeaking and the fact that you're probably only about 40, 50 feet away at that point, you were led by Baby Bark within about 10 feet of this clutch. And you can hear now very clearly the echoes of their chirps and chitters off of the rocks and the skittering of one in particular atop the rocks.
Okay. I have a question.
Yes.
Does Baby Bark get his own action, or is it mine?
It would generally be yours unless there is some sort of circumstance. What are you trying to do?
I wanted to. I don't know how fucking big this rock is, but I was gonna see if I could have him, because he's big. He's like a decently. He's not big, but he's like a strong hellhound dog. He's Lorg. I was gonna see if he could like push the rock off of the clutch.
No. It is far too large for that. It is.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a big sort of like ovular stone broken at the bottom. It is 9 feet long at an angle. These are big rocks. It looks like somebody just took a bunch of skipping stones and just sort of went with them in the middle of a prairie land.
Alternatively, could I tell him to start digging
around
the base of the rock?
Roll
to
me
get
a history.
A bigger opening.
Roll me a history check.
History time. History. Where is that button? There it is. It's gonna be a 5 plus 3, 8.
Yeah, you want to start digging?
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna start digging. Cool.
And does that count as my action or no? Yes.
Let's see here. You put on your eye bands. You commanded him. What else? What else do you want to try and do?
I wanted to try and use my prestidigitation to make to kind of go over the sound of the basilisk chirping and make it more sound like birds.
Roll me a performance or deception.
Performance.
Roll me a deception check. Actually, roll me a deception.
Deception.
Yeah, roll me a deception.
Gotcha.
Small cover.
It's worth trying, you know.
Yeah.
17 plus 4, 21.
Magnificent. I just want to see. Okay. Yep. Sounds a lot more like little birds.
Perfect.
Yeah. Mava.
don't know what the fuck to do. I don't got a dog to sniff out, so if I blindfold myself, I'm useless.
I mean, you're not going to be
Okay.
useless. You'll be.
Is there like nowhere in this world you can just buy the venom from like that we have no
There,
children have to go out and get it from
there
the animal in the
probably
sunlight?
is. There
Hey,
probably is, but
Mava,
Heather's first thought was get it yourself.
roll me a history check, please.
11.
Uh, there's probably a place you could buy basilisk venom. It is going to be very expensive.
It's on glamazon.com.
It is, yeah. I mean, like, it's just not gonna like it's not gonna be accessible. You'd have to go find a place to look for it. Don't even know if there'd be a place in town necessarily. But if there was, y'all don't have enough coins to stack up to be like, can we please have a vial of basilisk venom, sir?
Okay, but she got yacht club parents. She says this is for school.
Um, Not saying you wouldn't necessarily be able to do that, but I think with the history check, you don't know where you'd go to do it. I definitely think Mava thinks all those things. Like, can I just have my dad give me the Amex and then I can just go get what I need for school and not have to risk my life and limb and the life and limb of my fellow students, friends? Question mark. Uh, and then you're like, I mean, I think kind of like, fuck, and then realize that you, by the time you try and ask your parents and then convince them that you need, what it's for, and then actually go find it, it's probably going to be another day or two. You're supposed to get it for tomorrow. It'd be a whole thing.
Would our teacher just not have basilisk venom for us to use?
Yeah, the teacher left
Yeah.
and put Heather in charge.
Yeah.
So doesn't Heather get to say when it's due?
He put a 15-year-old in charge of a class.
Yeah, so Heather can just say that it's due like next week, and then we can have a week to.
You're going to need to make that petition to Heather in game. It is still your turn.
How far away have they walked away? Can I?
40. They're 40 feet away from you right now. Baby Bark is digging towards this nest under the rocks, and it sounds like a bunch of little Tweety birds are going crazy. But they're right over there.
Oh, so he's still in like earshot.
Sure.
Okay, so he's like, do we have to do this? Because you were put in charge, and can't you just say that this is not the assignment? I mean, just do something else.
Roll me a
like
wisdom saving throw, Heather.
God damn it! That's a 2 plus 4. 6.
It feels like Mava just slowly pushed an ice pick into the section of your brain where it vivisects, and you can feel like a cluster headache start to kick in.
Oh God!
And as you do, Baby Bark stops digging and turns and begins to alert you. And yeah, roll me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage, please.
4
Okay.
4 plus 2, 6.
You are compelled to turn around, lean up against this rock, and have a seat as Baby Bark begins licking your face. And you start to think about how you could possibly bring yourself to deviate from the curriculum. And it seems an impossible thing, as if the trust that you've had in Mava for so long was just completely undermined.
Is it still my turn?
Yes.
Can I try to? I mean, like, wait. I think they're small enough to me that I could try to pick them up.
Yes.
Heather is 2'5".
Yeah, I'm like twice their height. So
Okay. You want to scoop her up? Scoop them up.
just pick them up and put them somewhere else.
Yeah, it's not smart to leave the disabled kid incapacitated next to a basilisk nest.
No, not necessarily the sharpest. Anything else, Mava?
Was there anything I had to roll for that, or is that just I can do that?
Oh,
Like,
I imagine you just go scoop up a boy.
Baby Bark's not going to combat that. He thinks you're helping
Yeah,
him.
no, this is
You are.
yeah.
is it just move ourselves to a safe distance?
Okay. Jesus, you look over, you're like, but we need the basilisk. And then you look down and you see this critter. Another one is poking its head out. And as it looks up, it is covered with flaky white scaling that seems to be peeling off of its body. And as you look down, it looks up affectionately with its uncovered basilisk eyes. And
How the fuck did it get its eye caps off so
it's
well?
not the same. It's not the same one.
Still, how?
Like this.
Fair.
I've seen it happen as a reptile owner. Yes.
Sometimes I forget that glass lizards and shit like that know how to do their shit when they're in the wild.
Just absolutely instinctively. I mean, just scratch an itch. It's literally what it is. Can I get a Constitution saving throw from Jays, please?
Oh, can I just get asked because I don't know anything about
Where to
that?
get hard?
Sorry, real quick, Finn.
Yeah. Do basilisks have do they have the ability to turn on and off their freeze ability, or it just happens?
Nope.
It just does.
It just does it.
I didn't know if maybe that was a fear response kind of thing, or an aggress.
It's like Medusa kind of.
Yeah, it's
That's sad. What
uh,
a sad life they live. Poor little lizard.
yeah, kind of. Except that they get beautiful statues.
It's their version of a dragon horde, except it's hordes of the people they've turned to stone.
Yeah. The forest, so I'm probably getting stoned.
So we have 4.
You?
As it looks up at you, you look down at it, and it's like that. It's like the dog meme. And as you look down at it, you feel your feet sort of like sink into the ground a little bit, and you are restrained. Now you're gonna have to make saving throws at the end of your turns subsequently. Currently, you're just restrained, and mostly just enamored with this basilisk. You're like, oh, he's just so adorable. You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to startle him. You don't want to take a step towards him. You don't want to take a step back. You're just like, oh, he's gonna be my friend. It's almost as if you've been charmed at first.
I would too. Imagine this is just like a thorny devil.
Yeah,
This little spiky guy.
yeah.
Honest, I'm just imagining little glass lizards because I love them,
I want to see if I
and
can.
that's what basilisks are related to.
Uh, this guy looks more like a really spiny skink.
Blue tongued skink or a different kind of skink?
They are sort of bluish gray into black. They look like if they were sitting still, you'd think them rocks.
What color tongue does he have?
He hasn't opened his mouth yet to reveal that.
Fair.
That's not true. One of them has, but you had a blindfold on.
For my sake and out of character, what color tongue does he have?
It's sort of a purpley fork tongue.
Yes, thank you.
Da, da, yeah, what do you think of there, Mr. Jays?
How close am I to it?
Say again.
How close am I to it?
Inches. It looks like it might just crawl right up your leg and cuddle up into your pocket.
I'm going to just slowly reach my hand towards it and see if I can gently kind of slide my hand into its mouth to try and get to the venom sacs.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand check. Actually, let's start. Let's start with a animal handling check, and then we'll get around to the sleight of hand check.
James, I don't think you know how reptiles work.
If you get bit by this little basilisk,
I really know.
you're fucked, dude.
You can't just take out the sac. It's part of the body. It's gonna have to bite you to get it.
Juvenile
It's
reptiles, juvenile snakes and venomous little creatures like that can't control how much venom they expel either, which is why they're so much more dangerous than fully grown ones, because the fully grown ones can give you a warning bite. They just usually don't.
They just make a decision whether or not you're getting it.
7.
As you reach down towards this thing, it looks up and then it licks its right eyeball adorably. And as you reach down, it starts to like stand up off of its belly a little bit with its little legs. So cute, so adorable. And as you go to put your hand underneath it, I'm imagining that a 21 versus your armor class will hit.
And my armor class is only 15.
Sweet. This is probably going to suck. Hey, how many hit points would you say Jays has?
8.
8. 8. This is good. As Heather, as you are being carried, you hear like, "Hey, little guy," and then you hear "thwomp," and Jays, you don't see this happen. It's so instantaneous. This thing's just sort of like looking at you, and then all of a sudden you are reeling sideways and are on the ground. And Maeve, you hear a thwomp behind you, and as you turn, Heather, you still got your eye mask on?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got his little scarf tied around his little face.
You hear a thwomp, and you don't hear Jays talking anymore. Do still also when you had your little cluster headache, your little prestidigitation to hide the to hide this behind bird calls is no longer going. You're sort of still like, yeah, the birds are, and you're like, nope, no, the basilisks are calling.
Okay. At this point, Heather's gonna. Oh God. Mulder's a senior, right?
Yeah, but he's back at the house,
They're on drugs.
and they're on
All of them are on drugs.
drugs,
Fuck.
and they're way, way over there.
God, they were on drugs.
Way
Okay,
over there and on drugs.
I love the wordplay of that. We have two different kinds of being stoned.
Hey, I want to be very clear. You are not petrified yet.
Oh God. Okay.
You're just unconscious.
Heather's keeping his blindfold on, but he's taking baby barks off and giving him the get help command that he usually uses when he's having a moment that he can't recover from without medical attention.
Okay.
He's giving him that so that baby bark will go back and get a nymph or a dryad or an adult.
Baby Bark gallops twice, stops, shakes his head, turns around, looks up at you, looks back down at Jay's, looks back towards the house, which you cannot see from here because it is way, way, way far away. And then you see Baby Bark take a deep breath and close his eyes and begin to run back past you and Maeve.
What?
As he does, he rushes towards the basilisk nest and begins barking very, very loudly. As he does, you see these basilisks run back into their cave. Well, you don't see that. We do. And then we see Baby Bark grab Jays by the collar and begin to pulling him backwards. He's getting some traction, but this is going to take a while.
Taking off blindfold, hearing baby start barking, being like, "Holy shit, what's going on?" Take off blindfold.
Yeah, especially coming from the other direction. And as you look over, you see that there's no basilisks outside of the nest. The chittering has diminished almost completely. And Jays is unconscious on the ground. And you can see his... what's your dominant hand, Jays?
Right-handed.
Okay. You see his right hand, and there's a very clear bite mark, which seems to be festering with purpley, bubbly pus.
Okay. First, can go help dog pull Jace to safe place?
The timing is going to be a problem. I mean, you can pull him 30, 40 feet away, back where you were.
Mm-hmm.
But you're still sort of in open territory here.
Shit. Okay. Either way, I would like to help pull Jace, and then I will be casting Healing Word because it's a bonus action.
Roll me a strength check, please.
Oh, fuck. God damn it. Okay. With my -1, 15 total, 16 -1.
Yeah! As you and Baby Bark start pulling in tandem, you are able to cover some ground here. You've got him about 20 feet away. Okay. Maeve, you throw your hands up in the air, I imagine, and are like, these idiots.
You know what? Can I cast Healing Word still or no?
Yes.
Cool. It's such a shitty little healing word. Oh, good. I got a 4. So 4 + 4 is 8. You get 8 hit points back.
You have 8 hit points.
I got you back up
So
to full.
that fully healed me.
Yay. I
Uh,
keep forgetting. Also, I need to say this baby Bark has 45 hit points because he's a
Yeah,
hellhound.
yeah, he's tougher than all of you combined.
He really is. I
yeah.
love him so much.
And as the two of you heal and then drag Jay's back away from this little nest, uh, Jay's, you look down somewhat surprised. As you look at your palm, you can see where this bite was on your hand still. There's a notable scar even after the magical healing. And maybe it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I guess I'll help drag him.
He's conscious now, trying to get up on his own. You grab an ankle. Baby Bark's got him by the collar. Right now, he's just being sort of wacky arm inflatable tube man dragged across the ground. You can make the difference here and get him past that 40-foot mark, which will at least give you some time to get away if these guys come back out. What do you want to do once you got him
Yeah.
into the green zone?
Yeah, and then I guess if I see that he's like moving, I'll just like get up, just put him down again.
Do you say anything?
Literally down to.
That's it. Just get up.
He's fine. Just
I think just this once I'd be okay with going against the syllabus. I do not want to deal with this.
I don't care enough about like, even if my life wasn't on the line, I definitely don't care enough about this.
Jace, what's your take now that you? I mean, you didn't die. You were only unconscious, and it was only for a few seconds.
Yeah. Uh, did I just get pollen by a baby lizard?
You got bit by a basilisk. It was not a good time. I think we should go home. I can probably ask one of the druids or not druids, Jesus Christ. I can probably ask one of the nymphs or the dryads or someone to get this stuff for us. Probably. If I ask real nice.
Yeah, I have poison resistance, but it's probably best if we don't take any more chances like this.
This was an oversight on my part. I am so sorry. I completely forgot that adults existed for a minute because I don't really have any around that I was aware of until now. I'm home. Let's go home and I'll make everyone dinner.
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. I'm sure that Molnar and his friends are probably getting the munchies by now, considering.
Can I
He's
get?
probably already raided your fridge.
Yeah, truly. This is gonna look
There are
like
fresh fruit treats
it's
everywhere.
gonna look like
fine.
the dwarves visiting Bilbo. Can I get survival checks from the three of you?
$16 plus 4, 20.
Nice.
12.
Okay. Like,
7.
all right. The team leader here. I think Jays, it's not surprising. Your brush with death. I think you're focused on this wound on your hand. It's not a wound. It's not a wound. It's a scar. It has closed. It is not festering. You do have to sort of rub off this icky, purple, foamy. Yeah. Your blood was boiling, and yeah, it's bad. It's not great. But as you do, you realize that like you've just got this like ridge where that bite was, and you're like, if that would have gone any worse, I would have died. I would have just died. And good thing for poison resistance, but still bad. Mava, as you are uh, as you are making your way back, you begin to see Heather foraging. And I think we see you pick what would tempt Mava in a forest of fey inclination would grab her attention that she's like, there's a bounty, but this is the one thing I'm going to focus on.
Mushrooms that could get her high.
Okay.
Psilocybin mushrooms are rampant.
Yeah,
in
there's
forest.
is it Amanita?
I think Amanita are the poisonous red ones with the dots on them. I'm pretty sure.
Poisonous.
I'm pretty sure the Amanita ones kill you. Because I know the psilocybin are the the drug ones that they use in microdoses in therapy sometimes.
There's a few different ones there.
Oh, you're right. My brain is vibrating a little bit today. You're good.
Let's take a look here.
What does that feel like?
Your brain vibrating or getting high on shrooms? Because I can only tell you one of the two.
Vibrating brain.
It feels like not being able to process things in a manner that makes sense and having a very, 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 very mild headache.
Oh, that's my constant state.
Hell yeah, same. I'm putting wires into a board full of holes to move the voices around is another way that it feels frequently.
Yeah, they're noted for their hallucinogenic properties. With main psychoactive constituents being ibotenic acid and muscimol. Interesting. Yeah, so essentially, you give it a little parboil, and softens up everything for everybody. And then you can get sweet. What's for dinner?
Heather is since he is foraging, he's picking up like herbs, chicken of the woods, favorite mushroom, chicken of the woods, puffball mushrooms, a couple of different herbs like some bay leaves, some sage, some. He's also getting like a couple of things for tea, so like lavender, mint, stinging nettle.
Nice.
Stuff like that, and he's also like he's getting basically supplies for everything that he usually uses in the house.
Sure.
And to make a couple of his potions. As they're getting like closer to his house, he's picking fresh fruit. I think he also you also see Heather like whip out his crossbow out of nowhere with like a little bit of magic-y stuff and like kill like a bird to like that he like cooks he'd like cook and make later because he doesn't like killing things and quail probably quail or pigeon.
How about
probably
how about a Cornish hen?
Ooh yeah. You also probably see him like kill a rabbit or two.
Okay.
On his way in.
Cool.
And so he's like you see him grab this big ass stick and like some twine and like tie the rabbit and the hen and the quail to it so he can like carry them easier with his little and like you see him with this like little basket that just kind of appears out of nowhere that's like that he's like filling with mushrooms and berries and herbs and things that he's bundling together and all of that.
Plus you got the saddlebags.
And the saddlebags, which are full of Capri Sun. And like
just a real quick question: does anyone want a Capri Sun?
Oh yeah, Heather will offer everyone a Capri Sun for that.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Considering I almost just died, yeah, I think that would be nice. Thank you.
Capri Sun for everyone.
Okay.
But you also see Heather like stopping at like a little brook to fill like a couple of like big glass bottles with water that he puts on Baby Bark too as they're going back home, and like he's just gathering supplies and things that he usually does.
Magnificent. As you make your way back towards the house, the last mile or so is done as the sun is setting, and maybe the last half of that, there's virtually no light. The moon has yet to rise. There's just stars overhead, which you can barely see through the dense foliage of the trees around here. But as you make your way back to the house, to the cabin, you see a plume of smoke. It's coming from the hearth.
I was so concerned. Heather will give Baby Bark his release word so that he knows that he's off work, and
Capri
he will
Sun.
take off.
Is that your safe word?
No, no. His break word is finished.
Okay.
Specifically from Heather. If anyone else says it, he won't listen to it.
Right.
But Heather gives him the word, and so and takes off his bar handle. He leaves the little saddlebags
Right.
that he throws over his own shoulder, and Baby Bark just runs inside. I imagine that Pyrola, one of the two butterfly bushes that hangs over his little door, like gives Baby Bark a couple of little pets, since Heather knows that she's a.
They tend to pick the little brambles,
Yeah.
and briars out when he comes home.
Pyrola and her wife Trillin do those.
Yeah.
Together, and he's just very pleased. And Heather will go inside to see what's going on,
Okay.
and like unload his wealth of things and supplies and food.
Yeah, as you look inside, you can see that the crowd in here is having a great time. There is another plume of smoke as those butterfly bushes part, and some purple haze rolls out. And as you look in, you see that everybody seems to be in real good spirits. You can see that Molnar has built a fire in the oven, and it is already getting roasty toasty in here. And he turns around and he goes,
Indica is the name of the cannabis plant or the cannabis dryad who was giving them drugs, because I think I'm funny, and I think she's also probably sitting inside with them, and a couple of her mushroom babies.
like rubbing his sinuses. He goes, I made fire.
Yes, you did, hun. Y'all just sit tight and enjoy yourselves a little bit. I'm gonna make everyone dinner.
As you say that, you hear woohoo, and you see an arm come up from the behind the love seat, and realize that Nico is back there on the floor. And Jays and Maeve, as you look inside, you see this playing out. Yes, Finn.
Is very important. Do tabaxis get high off of cannabis, catnip, or both?
Yes. The answer
Yes.
to that question is yes. Yes. They prefer catnip, but like some
which they also probably got.
Heroin.
I feel like they also would have gotten catnip. Heather grows everything.
Catnip has good properties for like humans as well, so yeah, they probably would have it then.
Catnip tea is like a thing.
I
It's
don't.
actually a natural remedy for headaches.
I'll
It
say.
works
I'll
really
say
well.
this. It doesn't look like Nico has had any catnip recently. It looks like Nico has had a lot of marijuana. Yeah. And you see Lily walks into the room. She's got a bag of chips. Oh, hey guys, welcome back. How's the basilisk hunting?
Well, I almost freaking died, but other than that, I think it went rather well.
Cool. She shovels chips into her mouth. Did you get what you were looking for?
No.
She smiles and chuckles. Um, you almost died, and you guys didn't get what you needed for school.
Heather starts crying.
Uh, okay. She sort of shrugs and looks at Mava and Jays, and is just like,
I almost died. What do you want from me?
I don't know, I'm just having some chips. Um,
You enjoy the chips. I'll take care of it.
okay. She continues eating the chips. She turns around and she walks back in the other room. And then you hear some faint sounds from a kalimba.
From a kalimba?
Yeah.
Okay. Fun times.
It bookended by the sound of chips being eaten, and then kalimba again.
If Heather's so crying, maybe just goes and just like awkwardly pats them and it's like, it's okay, we're alive. Our lives are more important than the assignment, so
Can I get dexterity saving throws from the both of you, please?
12 plus 5, 17.
11.
Both of you are knocked to the ground and are being violently licked by a hellhound. He is standing astride both of you and just giving you the full-fledged hellhound tonguing you deserve.
Is his I know that he is warm, but does his spit kind of like evaporate really fast?
No, but only because there's so much of it.
Understandable.
Yeah, he stays hydrated. It
I
is.
take care of my boy.
Yeah, y'all are just being and yeah, it's hard to cry when you're fighting with a tongue almost as big as you are.
That's why Heather has a hellhound for a fucking service dog. We'll just kind of like pet and like shoo him off very gently and give him a big ol' hug around his big ol' neck before he starts
Primlow.
Yeah, right.
before he starts like butchering the animals he caught for dinner. And like not just for dinner but also like to preserve. So
Sure.
like tonight he's making rabbit stew.
Awesome.
Tomorrow night he'll do something with the Cornish hen. You never know.
I get it. You see Molnar. He sort of stands up, shocked at Baby Bark's at first aggression, and seeing that you don't need further aid, he demurs and begins to delight and chuckle. And he looks up over at Jay's and he goes, Did I hear you almost died? Oh, flipped out on me there. One more time.
Yeah, already mentioned that at least 3 times already right now.
He says, you don't look like you almost died.
Oh yeah, then what do you call this? And he just shows him the scar.
Okay. He says, it looks like a scar, like you fell down. He's like really leaning into
Yeah,
it, like
that's right. I
really.
fell right into a basilisk's mouth.
Um,
Heather, Heather used healing magic, so he's fine now. But if he didn't, he'd probably dead by now.
whoa. Heather, dude.
I know I should have been so much more careful and probably not brought everyone out here to a basilisk's nest that I knew was around, but I was put in charge of the class, and I was assumed, and that usually means that I have to get stuff for our teacher, which he makes me do all the time, and it's usually not dangerous stuff like that, but I had to. He's trying to like not cry, and you see him just like slice one of the legs off of this
Nice.
fucking rabbit. Like he's like, as he's trying not to cry, you see him cut one of the back thighs off the
Uh,
rabbit with his big ass knife.
uh, Molnar sort of looks around as you're going on. He goes, no, 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 no. Do you know healing magic?
I know a couple of spells, yeah.
It's dope.
I have to use them a lot. Baby gets stuck in thorn bushes sometimes, and I don't like him getting hurt too bad.
Oh, yeah, poor guy. And he starts to go over, and he leans down. We see Baby Bark on their bed, and we see Molnar come down and just start to give him the scrumples, kneeling right next to the still smoldering patch of burned wood in the floor where he rests his chin, and his hot breath sears the wood. I say, you're just a good hellhound, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're just so good. You're the biggest, lovingest hellhound that ever ran in hell. And I think we see you begin the preparations, ongoing preparations for this meal. Um, I would like to have a bit of social time here. Um, you've got a couple of characters who, even in their inebriated state, want to get to know you guys better. Molnar's a pretty good judge of character. He seems to be the kind of guy that knows quality when he sees it and doesn't seem to give a shit about what other people think. I think he's going to want to. He takes a real shine to Heather already. So I think that he wants to get to know Jays, and part of his doing that is sharing stories about Heather, who he's known long enough that he can be like, "Here's a subject we can talk about." And Mava, you got a couple of people you could interact with. You've got Lily and Nico. And yeah, I think that's everybody that came with you to the house. So we'll go down the list.
That's different group.
Say that again for me, Finn.
You say, yeah, that's different group.
Okay, cool. So Finn, think about who Mavis going to interact with, and what you might want to have happen. This is literally just like social downtime for your characters, and I would like to get to know them better through these exchanges, because I feel like we've gotten a little bit of a couple of characters here, but I want to essentially have an exposition free get to know our characters moment. And we'll start at the top with Jay's. You see uh, Molnar. He packs a big bong, big bong, big bong, big bong. Uh, it,
Bing bong,
it
fucking life.
yeah, yep. It looks like it's made out of a gourd, and sort of a curved neck to it, and then sort of just like a little like mouth piece, and then the little thing. And he hands it to you, and he says, "Oh, sorry. Do you partake? I don't want to force it on anybody. Just trying to be hospitable. I don't know. It's not mine to share, but I don't know if you know Heather, but they're probably one of the most generous spirits I've come across. I mean, maybe ever. Muted. Okay.
Don't really. I've never really messed around with stuff like this, but considering I almost just died earlier, I what the hell? And he just takes the bong and takes a puff.
Okay. Yeah, he sparks it up for you, and roll me Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, two.
Total.
Literally dead.
Yep. Yeah,
Uh,
I don't have a Constitution bonus.
Magnificent. It's not a nat one. Yeah, I think we just see this like stupid cloud start to exit your body. It looks like something out of the Mummy when his like mouth drops and then just like the scarab beetles just come like rushing out of his face. It's kind of like that as you're like and then your eyes just immediately go bloodshot and it's just like just smoke starts to fill this room, and you are coughing and hacking, and Molnar is laughing at first, and as he takes the gourd away and sets it to the side. No, don't want to drop that, and he pats you on the back as you cough your way through it. And you could be higher, but you wouldn't be around conscious to enjoy it. As you look around, everything in this place looks like it's in Technicolor. The rhythmic chopping of Heather making stew becomes this like rhythm that starts to like play in your head. Then you hear the kalimba going in the background, and then you hear the cadence of I think Lily and Mava's conversation. And as you lean back in the couch, we see your eyes start to roll back in your head a little bit, and you hear Molnar say, "Well, now you can say you almost died twice tonight." And you hear him start to chuckle a little bit. And then he claps you on the shoulder, and he says, "So I don't think I've seen you around school. What's your story, man?"
I'm like a musician, man. I like have some sweet lute skills.
He's like, "No shit. Are you I'm not not trying to step on any toes or like ask too much of you necessarily, but do you want to play the lute for us?
Oh yeah, yeah. Sure. Let me just get it out here, and he gets out his lute, but as he's trying to look down on it with all these colors, he keeps missing the strings, and the he uh, just doing a bunch of discordant notes whenever he does actually hit it.
Roll me a performance check, please.
It's abstract, experimental.
Right?
22.
Yeah, you're like,
He's
this
just
isn't
stoned out of his
working at
mind, and he's just
all. One of the best performances you've probably ever put on. The rest of you hear this music begin to emanate from Jay's. In time with the chopping, almost setting a cadence in return, which I think you get to delight in a little bit there, Heather. You can hear the syncopation as he starts to bounce back and forth between the exchanges of Mava and Lily, sorry, Nico and Mava. And you hear the kalimba in the background start to get a little bit louder. And we can actually see from outside of this cabin now. It is dark outside now. We can see lights pouring out through the windows. We can see even just the faintest bit of illumination from the top of the chimney. And we can see the plants, the dryads, the nymphs, the ents, as they are all swaying and jiving with this music. And as you're like, I don't think this is working out, Molnar's like, I think that might just be the drugs talking, but that was amazing. Where did you learn how to do that?
my dad carved this lute for me when I was like 6, so I've been playing it a long time.
Like 10 years?
Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing at first because I was a kid, but I practiced more as I got older, and I kind of knew more what I was doing.
He says, yeah, I bet you, I bet you do know what you're doing now. What does this loot look like?
uh, uh, it's kind of simple since it's hand carved. It's but as a It has little etchings around the hole where the string goes over, and it looks like it's uh, 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 a bit worn out because of how long he's had it, but it's still not a bad instrument, and it looks pretty sturdy.
Nice, nice. I love that. I also sort of love the patina of a well used instrument. I think that works really nicely. Uh, Heather,
Yes.
excuse me. Uh, how's dinner coming along?
Dinner's coming along great. I'm sorry, my instrument said hello. Heather is, I think,
In
at
a
this
Bards
point,
campaign? How dare!
I think at this point Heather has like finished prepping the rabbit. He's set the skin aside to dry so he can use it for a project later,
Nice.
or to set so he can like make it into leather and use it later.
It does peel
And the
right
bones
off.
he also has.
It does peel.
Yeah.
Right off.
He's also got all the bones out, so currently he's just putting the rabbit into his stew to boil with the rest of it.
Okay.
And he is currently having, oh Lord, what was her name? Sophronis, the coffee plant, help him make help he not chop vegetables anymore, but like prepare broth, stir the pot while he's adding the vegetables he's made to it, and having her also, because she's got many limbs considering the fact that she's a plant, make these little soft dumplings too that usually go in rabbit stew. And the rest of the meats that he's collected are also like set in the or like in his fridge, put away so they don't spoil. And I think he's using like a little mage hand to make tea for everyone.
It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. I love it.
He's not used to cooking for this many people, so he's very pleased.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting to have a party.
This is the most people he's ever had in his home at one time, and this is the most friends he's had ever.
It's pretty dope.
So he's happy.
Good. I am too. Mava. Hi.
Hi.
You got a stoned little kitty on your hands.
Which one is playing the kalimba?
Lily was playing the kalimba. She came in. She was wearing her leather jacket and eating chips, and then she went back into the other room to practice the kalimba and eat chips.
What's the name of drunk potion teacher in this world? Isn't it?
There, one is drunk and one is Droga. This one's Droga.
Okay, let me write that down.
They might be brothers.
So it's the same world?
Maybe.
Wow. How do you spell?
Droga. Like drugs. Drogas.
Okay, yeah. I imagine that like the first conversation topic is complaining about how he's like not being a teacher and how irresponsible it is to put a student in charge of that, and that how that almost led to a death.
And how Heather's the youngest person in that fucking class and shouldn't be in charge of it.
That's a personal sentiment and not a judgment based on
understandable.
An outside
Ignore me.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Ignore me.
I can't. Yeah, she's like, wait, is he the one with the hair?
Yes.
No, he's cool, man. Are you kidding?
I mean, like, yeah, it's good that we get out, that we can, get out of work because he's so fucking lazy to be teaching. But but like, there's a point of like irresponsibility where like it leads to a lot more problems.
Just like, but like, Heather's really good at potions, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that guy's not like tool like most teachers. Like a total drag.
It's just angry.
I do love that it's Mava who's like, this is unacceptable behavior for a professor.
Because when it just gets people harmed, that's what makes her angry.
It's fair. She sits up from behind the couch and looks up at you. She's like real close to your face. She goes, Mava, did you learn something today?
Uh, don't fuck with Basilisk.
She sort of tilts her head, and the big cat eyes open up. They're bloodshot. They're bloodshot. It's hard for her to keep her second set of eyelids open. And But she looks like deep in your eyes, and she says, "Then him being a professor taught you more than probably any other class today." Hmm?
Sure.
Hey, Mava,
Yeah.
it's a dope athleisure outfit. And Then she slowly begins to like slide down the side of the back of the couch, and you hear claws like desperately trying to cling and then skitter, and then she flumps down, and she goes, "Mava,
Yeah.
I where are you, Mava?"
I haven't moved.
She has. I can hear you, but you seem so far away.
She just moves into view.
Okay. I think you're. Are you going over the top or under the couch to see her?
Over.
Over. Okay. As you look over, she's like, "Where are you, Mava? Where are you?"
just pokes her.
Oh, hey, Mava. Wow, you look really tall. Just looking up from the floor behind the love seat. She says, "Mava, is there a class you would want to teach?"
um, something music related, like music theory or something.
Theory. It's like it's like learning the language of music. It's neat.
Yeah.
It's neat. It's neat. I wish I was better at music. My mom always says it sounds like cats fucking when I try to sing. I don't know what that sounds like, but I don't think it's a compliment.
It's not. Sorry.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Hey, Mava,
Yeah.
love you.
Love you too, dude.
Thanks, man. Hey, Mava.
Yeah. You don't. You. I'm still here. You don't need to keep like saying my name. Like I
Cool,
haven't.
cool. Hey, Mava, what class do you want to take for your new level?
Did she break the fourth wall? Or are you
Yeah.
talking to me? No shit. She's so high she broke the fourth wall. Oh no.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
y'all,
jeez.
y'all gonna take a minute, and each of you is going to choose a multi-class for your character. You're all level 1 bards. Now you're going to be one level of bard and one level of something else.
Cleric.
Okay.
Good boy. Good boy, doing good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get them healing spells and armor.
Then stealth and sleight of hand. And deception.
Nice. So yeah, we're gonna go through right now, and we're gonna do it right now. Yep. Yep. On the fly, hot seat. All three of you are in one hot seat together. Baby barks underneath it, snoring.
Oh, it's one of
He's the reason it's hot.
It's one of those fucking Japanese tables that you like sit on the floor at, and they're heated. It's on.
Honestly, he probably has one of those.
It's one of those, but it's because it's a dog.
I want that.
A tatami?
I have no idea what
That's
it's called.
a mat.
So
That's a mat. I realized after I said it. Where's my boy?
Although I don't know that it's not something else. I just know that it is that.
It might be the mat that goes under the table.
Might be. Not my culture, not my mat.
not my mat.
Yeah. So
when you meet another guy named Matthew, but it's not your friend
it's not
Matthew.
your Matthew.
Is it Matthew Merther? Why did I lisp when I said that?
I don't know. That was like when I told my friend he was the biggest faggot. It was back when you used language like that. We don't do that anymore. But I did accidentally lisp when I said that, and that's on me. He was, and probably still is. But that's neither here nor there. I'm excited. As y'all are like ready to take inspiration, take it.
I had to double check that picking life was the correct thing for if I wanted a healer, and I was correct. I'm happy.
What it's tell me no, go back. Tell me all the things.
You get bless and
No,
cure
start
wounds.
at the beginning. Start at the beginning. What
Oh,
level what level did you take?
1.
In
Cleric.
Cleric. Okay. So you 1 level bard, 1 level in cleric.
Yes.
All right. Tell me what you get from being a cleric at level 1 that will augment your bardic abilities.
His domain
Mm-hmm.
and spells that he gets.
Tell me.
He's taking Spare the Dying.
Nice.
These are the first 2 I'm mentioning are his cantrips, or 3 are his cantrips.
Great.
But he does already know bless and cure wounds.
Hot.
Because of his life domain cleric thing. He's getting Spare the Dying. He's getting guidance. And what the fuck is Word of Radiance? He's getting Word of Radiance.
Okay. What's Word of Radiance?
Word of Radiance. You utter a divine word, and a burning radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed a Constitution save, or take 1d6 radiant damage.
And I'm sorry, how much space does that affect?
5 feet.
5 feet in every direction of you.
Each creature. It doesn't say. It just says.
Read the words.
Ranger area is 5 feet.
Read it again for me.
You utter a divine word, and burning radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed on a con save or take 1d6 radiance damage.
So the range is 5 feet. So anyone.
And you should. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Finn.
Anyone of my choosing within 5 feet.
Right. Then
I was saying that I think on the D&D Beyond, there's like a little picture showing the shape of where it goes out, like what
It doesn't have a shape.
It's usually like a circle or a cone or something. There's like a little.
Yeah, it doesn't have it.
Let's take a look.
I might honestly, I might swap that out for Sacred Flame just to be safe. But either Sacred Flame or Toll the Dead. I'm gonna swap that to Toll the Dead. Actually.
Okay.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not. Word of Radiance makes sense for him because.
Yeah, it's just a 5 foot.
Mhm.
Oh, it's because evocation. I think it's evocation and abjuration are
yeah.
area of effect spells. This is not technically an area of effect.
Yeah. The other 5 spells that he gets to have are going to be, because he already has Cure Wounds, and Healing Word. He's going to get Sanctuary, Shield of Faith, Command, Ceremony, and Bane.
Hot.
And I think that's all he gets for this because he's a first level cleric.
Sounds right.
Yeah. Ooh, proficiencies, which I don't get because yeah.
What?
Yep, that's all he gets.
You don't get no proficiencies?
Because it's
level 1. You've already chosen another level 1.
I still get proficiencies in the armors, but yeah.
Okay. That's not bad. Okay, here's gonna be some of your homework. The first thing is going to be, and actually each of you are going to sort of get the same thing here. Your level ups are essentially going to be your summer break. So you're going to go hang out with clerics or something to that effect. Someone or something that is going to educate you for your summer abroad, essentially. It doesn't have to be elsewhere, but you're going to want to think about who it was you worked with, what that experience was. Not this week, but next week. We're going to do a little scene from that experience. That same thing is going to apply to both Jays and Meg. Jay, it sounded like you had a pretty solid grasp on what you were going with. Did you go with Rogue? Is that what you were? Were you leaning towards?
With Rogue.
Okay. Tell me all the things that you get for being a rogue at level 1, in addition to your bard stuff.
So I get a proficiency and a skill of my choice from 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 a list of things rogues are good at, and I chose athletics.
Nice.
And I get expertise and 2 more skills, and I chose acrobatics and stealth.
Ooh.
And I gain sneak attack and thieves as can't.
Impressive. Love that. That's cool. Same rules are going to apply for next week. We're going to sort of go over what you did over the summer. I know what you did last summer because you're going to tell me next session. Anything else stand out for Jays?
I think that's about it right now.
Very good. Mava, how'd we do?
I'm still working on it because I need to read what all the different subclasses are.
What class are you thinking about taking?
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer. You got a
Cause you
lot.
got a fucking, she got a Fey mom, so it's like, yeah, she got magic
You know what?
bloodline.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Love it. Use it. Work it. You've got a lot of options to play around with sorcerer. All the sorcerer's origins are just like, yeah,
They're so fucking good.
yeah. And there's lots, so many to choose from. So many to choose from. Let me see something real quick here. I'm just gonna pull. Where's nope. I wanna follow along at home, kids. So do.
Also, my healing word now does, instead of having +4, you get +7 when I to 1d4 +7, because the life clerics you add 2 and your spells level to whatever the healing spells get.
Dang. All right. Do.
Oh, earlier you described the baby basilisk as looking like a skink but spiky.
Yeah.
So I was looking at types of skinks, and there is a spiky one called the crocodile skink.
What?
He's so cute.
I love
I forgot
him.
about those and I love them.
That's, oh my god, that's the guy. He's much bigger, but that's the guy. Oh my god. Stop. Wow.
Green.
It's big. The guy. Yeah, those are definitely siblings right there. Hey, don't talk to me.
Rug.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Friend, perhaps?
I've never been
And
happier
are
than the charisma modifier.
It is a beautiful love story.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Do you gain the hit points from your new class when you get it,
Yes,
or
every
is it
single
still just
every
here?
single one you can. All of the hit points.
Okay, cool. That
Uh,
brings me up to 16 then.
nice. Nice. Speaking of
I'm up to
friends.
17.
17 children. 17. Oh, goose. Such a goose.
Oh my god, goods.
So do you have I'm curious real quick here. What your choices are for your sorceress origins. Aberrant Mind, Clockwork Soul, Divine Soul, Draconic Bloodline, Shadow Magic, Storm Sorcery, and Wild Magic. Interesting. I would also like to send you this in case you are not finding something that tempts your taste buds. If you scroll down to about the middle of the page, you will see the Sorceress Origins. There are additional origins which are not on the character sheet. So if there's something else there that you are like, num num num, delicious, spicy Dungeons and Dragons for Meva, you are welcome to help yourself to them.
Okay.
So if you're feeling it, if you're feeling it, I want to offer that to you because I am kind and benevolent. Dungeon Master.
Thank you.
Sweet. Sweet. I need a combo check from each of your characters when you've got a moment. I need a wisdom and constitution check. Not saving throw, check.
My wisdom was 22, 18 plus 4, and my constitution was a natural 20, so also 22.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
For Heather, yeah.
That sounds right.
Well, I rolled a 0 for wisdom because I have -1 in wisdom, and I rolled a 1.
Nice.
And I rolled a 10 for constitution.
This is very good. Very good. Love this. Love this. Delicious. How'd Mava do?
Oh, I gotta do that. Let me go back to the sheet itself.
Okay.
Okay, what was it again?
Constitution check and a wisdom check, please.
Okay. Okay, 4 constitution.
Sounds right.
And what was it in wisdom?
Yes, please.
19.
Okay. All right. That makes sense too. Hey, y'all. There's not a traditional sort of graduation where just like the seniors leave. Everybody's sort of involved on every grade level. Everyone has to go. It's mandatory attendance for all members of the student body. And each of the classes does sort of a ritual walk around the campus to I mean, it's indoctrination is really what it is, and then proceed into the gymnasium, which is a bit of an amphitheater, like huge space, and as your various classes progress, Heather, you are virtually bedazzled with different braids and tassels. Yeah, you've got like a robe on in a dark green, and you've got like 8 different cords draped around your neck for all of the different honors that you got as a student this year, because your roles were wisdom and constitution. The wisdom is like, okay, I know I have to do my homework. Your constitution is, can I do it, and B, how bad does it hurt? So y'all can start thinking about what that might feel like for your roles in a little bit here. But for Heather with a 22 and a 21 respectively,
Both were 22.
Both of them were 22.
One was a natural 20, the other was an 18 plus 4.
Yeah. You are singled out in front of the entire school. And you are advanced yet another grade. So not only have you, there is like a huge fucking deal made of this. Yeah, the like board of regents for the school comes out and like shakes your hand, each and every one of them. They literally hold you up as the gold standard of student. Yeah, it is a little uncomfortable.
Me, who barely graduated high school, staring at Heather. I'm so sorry.
I don't think Heather would be upset with you.
He wouldn't. He's very uncomfortable being made like the center of this much attention.
1000%. You can hear uncomfortable shuffling from the thousands of individuals in attendance, but they do not back down. They each like four of them come up and admonish the other students for not working as hard as you do.
I think Baby Bark has to alert him that he's gonna faint like 6 fucking times.
You probably. They do get you a chair so that you can sit there in the little in the literal hot seat with Baby Bark underneath it, and yeah, and they continue to just bloviate, glowing, like just holding you up. If you were on a pedestal, you would be very very afraid of heights at how high a pedestal they have put you upon. And I think that you are uncomfortable first from receiving all of that attention, and then are uncomfortable because you wonder how other students will take it. Uh, and you're wondering what it's going to be like going from your sophomore year to your senior year in high school. And Yeah, they go on to talk about, and here's an important little point. Do you have a deity of which you are going to become a cleric?
I think Heather's clerical beliefs stem from the forest that he's in. Less of a deity, more of the more the like essence of the woods he lives in.
They ascribe you to Shantea, and go
Okay.
on without further exposition. Uh, and Say he has even been admitted to a cathedral of Shantea, so that he can study to take care of dolts like you, and gestures towards the student body. And This like old cadre man turns around and pats you on the shoulder, and goes and sits down. And a woman rushes up, and says, "You're not dolts. You're not. I mean, you're no Heather, but you're not dolts." And You hear a couple of coughs from the crowd. Yes, yes, of course. Sorry, juniors. Please make your rounds. And Yeah, Mava, you and Jays are amongst a tremendous coterie of students, as you make your procession around the campus, and come back in. You are applauded as rising seniors, and the senior class rises, and they begin their march around the campus, but they do not re-enter the uh, the stadium here. They depart campus, and it will be a with a heartfelt and teary goodbye. Molnar is graduating. And You see him get up, and he's a little misty, and he looks as he makes the rounds through the gym, and acknowledges a bunch of people with some fist bumps. Uh, I think that Lily and Nico are both rising juniors as well, so we see them amongst your class. And We see him make his way past the stage, and he reaches up to give you a fist bump. Heather.
Heather's giving him a hug. He's getting up to hug this
Okay.
man.
Yeah, he's down like on the floor, but I think we see you get up, and he leans in for it. He has to get over like a barricade. People are like, sorry.
I think Heather still has to stand on the chair or like fly up to get him because he's super tiny.
Yeah, and he's like, shucks, bud. Yes, Ben.
Can I give him a hug?
You can give him a hug. Yes.
Hell yeah.
He's gonna come around. He's about to exit before the walk begins. Part of the juniors coming in is that you essentially take the seats of the seniors as they depart. And he comes over, gives you a big hug, lifts you up, spins you around, and sets you down, and gives you a little on the chin. And he says, don't worry, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be staying in town for school, so it's fine. You'll see me at least after the summer. And he tosses your hair a little bit, and he turns, and we see him and the rest of the senior class as they begin their final procession around the campus. And as the doors shut to this auditorium, the faculty rise and begin to applaud your characters as they have moved up now, graduated to seniors in high school, all of you. Very exciting. Very exciting what lays before you. Maeve, did you pick a sorceress origin?
Yeah,
What'd you go with?
a wild magic.
Hot.
Because a riot girl, unruly chaos.
I didn't want to have to say it out loud, but it makes me very happy that that you ended up going that way.
Wild magic is my very favorite sorcerer subclass.
Samesies. Or barbarian subclass, even.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Ryuji was.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. Thank you.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, you just get angry and magic happens.
yeah. You get
Fair
you get so
enough. I didn't know that
angry.
was a
Yeah.
thing.
You channel magical energy by accident.
I was for Heather. I was between cleric and wild magic sorcerer, and I felt like wild magic would not have worked for him. So like life cleric.
Very on brand. Very on brand. Um. Sweet.
Not related, but does this? Okay, I know in this world there's like cars. Are there like computers and phones in this world, like cell phones?
Not no. Technically, there's not. There's. Excuse me.
Are they sending stones that don't have charges?
No, there's sending stones that do have charges. It's like a pay per message thing, like back when you used to spend 10 cents per text. You got to take them in and do like your prepaid mobile.
Oh.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's the worst. It's the absolute worst. But oh man. All right, so we got a wild magic sorcerer. We got a life domain cleric. Do you have a roguish archetype? Or you get that at 2 or 3?
I think you get that at 3.
I think you're right.
Nothing for anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's 3. And we see a rogue. But hey, Jays, you did real bad on your Constitution and Wisdom checks.
Yeah.
and you're gonna have to go to summer school.
Oh.
Um, so you're going to be sticking around Sforzando High for their summer program, but you'll be able to take some electives as well. It's not a punishment. It is just ensuring that what needs to get driven home gets driven home, and there are some additional benefits by having access essentially to the school with reduced attendance during that time. So easy to pick up a trade or additionally practice some roguish skills while you're at it. You also don't have to practice those entirely on campus. So I'm curious to see where you go from there. Um,
He's a raccoon man. What crimes will he commit?
yeah, that is correct. So here's what I'd like to do now. Graduation's over. The caps and gowns are beginning to be doffed, and students and parents and faculty are beginning to depart. And I would like to take a minute for each of your characters to have a fond farewell and get you ready for your next year at Sforzando High. So take it away.
Wait, no, I forgot what did my roles mean? Because I got a super low constitution, but a super high wisdom. So
Oh,
what did
you got all your work done. It was fucking horrible. It was it was just you constantly having to fight with yourself to get stuff done to the point that like you would get up the next morning and look down and you'd have the work done, but you swear to God your brain just erased the whole process of doing it, just like it was a traumatic event.
that hits personally?
Yeah.
There's a reason I nearly didn't graduate. That's the reason.
Yeah.
I have such an intense IEP that like I don't think the school expects anything. I'm just like I can't do.
Hey, listen, just lean into whatever the fuck you love and just get out of school. That's all you have to do. All you have to do is stick around school long enough to get out of it. It's just literally 12 years of prison, y'all. It's okay.
Prison that occasionally commits war crimes by keeping you in class longer because someone else didn't do something wrong.
Yeah.
Holding a group for the punishments of one person is in fact a war crime.
It's weird.
And like the ones that like do that kind of shit that makes everyone get in trouble, they don't care. They're always the people that don't care whether everyone gets in trouble.
Yeah.
So,
But
so
also-
it doesn't work anyway.
Correct.
But also, teachers are still committing war crimes every day that they do that
Every
shit. So you should call them on it for breaking the
Yeah.
Geneva Convention.
Well, that is only when there is a declared war, and that is why it doesn't apply.
We should just start declaring war on the teachers, is what you're saying.
There you go. See, that's the
Declare war, and then it's a war crime.
and then it's a war crime. Now you're using your noggin. Yeah. I did walk. Hey, y'all, walk me out. Yeah. Y'all tell me what happens as the three of you realize that it's the end of the year and y'all going to end up sort of going your separate ways.
I think initially, as Heather is like realizing that, he was talking to their potions teacher about like maybe over the summer I can work as a TA for you here while I'm not at the temple.
He looks down and says, "Why would you assist in teaching when you can just teach?"
I mean, well, I don't have a license for that or a degree.
He leans forward and he looks at you and he goes, "Are those mandatory?"
I I think so,
Hmm.
but I don't know for sure.
He
I'm not
starts.
gonna ask if you're licensed or anything because I don't think you are, and I don't want to get into that and
I'm
be
sure I
liable for
have
your
some
crimes.
kind of license around here somewhere.
Well, if I'm more than happy to come in over the summer to help you teach or teach for you. I guess I'm gonna go say goodbye to my friends because I'm not gonna see them for a while.
Well, you'll be right here, I guess, if you decide to teach potions or
Yeah,
alchemy or potions.
Heather's coming back to teach potions out for the summer.
Sweet. Yeah, as you make your way over, you can see that Molnar is hosting a bit of a crowd. He is evidently um, popular. What happens when you're just nice to people? It's weird.
Looking for Mava first to drag Mava over to Molnar
Yeah.
and also give Mava a hug, but like subtle hug because he's pretty sure Mava's embarrassed to be seen with him sometimes.
Does Maven know you think that?
Probably not.
Okay, just check. Maven, you smoking in the boys' room?
um, either that or already with Molnar, because Trevor wants to spend
Sure.
this last.
If Mava's already over there, he'll just flutter on
Yeah,
over
there's
and
sort of
like,
this like big group hug. He
All the golf kids.
yeah. There's goth kids. There's crust punk kids. There's emo kids. There's scenesters. There's actually
The whole alt family.
yeah,
and
and
Heather.
then it actually gets a little weird because you also see like jocks and cheerleaders, and like this guy had a very broad appeal, and I think he just sort of accepted people for who they were. And I guess people just need to be accepted for who they are. They need to be appreciated for who they are, not who you want them to be, not who you wish they would be, not who would be best for you if they were that person. They should be appreciated for who they are.
Yeah, my entire family.
Pointed stare at my dad's.
And one more thing. Whether it is or isn't a phase doesn't mean that you get to dictate how long it takes. Molnar's a good guy. You might see him again, but for the time being, he's got work and he's got some college courses to take at the local community college.
Plot twist: Heather teaches at the community college. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm not. Do you want an adjunct professorship at
Fuck yeah.
the local community college?
Yeah, give it to him. He'd do it.
Might have to incorporate that into your soon-to-be backstory.
Oh god, that's part of his cleric training.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Great, fantastic. What do you say to Molnar? You're the one that walked up to him.
Yeah, that's fair. Heather will kind of will like fly up to be like more at shoulder level at very least.
Nice.
so that it's convenient. And like Baby Bark is like standing under him just to be
Sure.
safe. You know how shit happens, and he'll kind of look up and wonder. I'm probably gonna see you a lot more than I think I will because I am apparently teaching here and there as part of my clerical training.
Wait, wait. You're gonna be teaching at the Triple C.
Uh-huh.
Wow, wow. I bet you are probably gonna be one of the better professors there.
I appreciate the vote of confidence. Um, uh, I'm doing way too much this summer, and I might die a little bit, and I might die a little bit during the year, but it'll all be worth it.
Well, you're doing the life domain thing, so yeah, there you go.
Necromancy before it's too late.
Um, that's again. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll. You're gonna wind up seeing me a lot, so it'll be great.
Uh,
You're gonna do great in school.
I've never done great in school, but
I say that very loosely
maybe
and
I'll
more
uh,
socially.
maybe I'll audit your course.
I have no idea what I'm teaching there yet, so who knows?
I bet dollars to pesos is gonna be potions.
Yeah, I'm teaching that here for summer.
Oh, nice. He looks over at Jace. You've got a little summer school, don't you?
Yeah, I do, unfortunately.
What'd you end up flunking?
uh, uh, well, I ended upon uh, uh, flanking uh, flunking potions because I couldn't get that venom for that next potion, and I was already behind in
Uh,
the assignments
uh,
on that.
you couldn't just squeeze it out.
I had to heal him so he wouldn't die, so the poison kind of became obsolete before we
I
could
I
extract it.
get it. I get it. I get it. He says, "Listen, keep it up with that boomerang. You got some sick tricks there, bud."
Thanks.
He says, "Listen, look me up. Do you ever play disc golf?
Uh, no, I don't think I've tried that. Sounds interesting.
It is a ton of fun. Just realize that the disc doesn't come back. You just throw it; doesn't come back. Hopefully,
Oh,
if you
okay.
throw it into a tree, it might come back, but you don't want that to happen. He gives you a good ring around the neck, and he says, "Yeah, keep your eyes on this one," and points back towards Heather. And as the crowds part a little bit, he looks down and sees Mava, and he says, "What's up, Bug?"
I know maybe she's like, she hasn't started crying, but like she has that look like she might start crying.
He's trying to keep it light. He's trying to keep it light. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep it there the whole time.
So it's a hey.
It's okay. You can play casual with me. I don't mind. Nah, shut up. Get over here. And yeah, he comes in, just scoops you up, gives you a ridiculous squeeze, just sort of borderline, like right on the edge of like that's not comfortable. Uh, but as you feel that, You hear just a little, and you can feel against your face. A teardrop hits your face.
I don't even know what to say in character because
You don't have to say anything. What do we see?
um I don't know. This is too much awkward silence. Uh,
It's not, I mean, it doesn't have to be awkward. Just be silent.
is it because I'm supposed to be thinking of something, but I didn't think of something.
I mean, it's not imperative. We're not like not like that. It's not how we do it around here. You know that. We're cool. He's cool. He gives another little and his grasp loosens and you can finally breathe. And he looks down and goes, "Sorry. It's I promised myself I wouldn't cry, and this is now the third time I've broken that promise. Um, Mava, look, you've been a different kind of smart. Heather's got, scholastics. But here's the thing, you don't put up with the bullshit. And that's really important. You got to know who you are and where your lines are. Know where your boundaries are. Don't let anybody cross them. You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm going to get out of here before I make a big waterworks production. But I'm just down the road. All right? Crescendo Community College. It's over by the Crescendo.
Okay.
You try to stay out of trouble this summer, maybe? Maybe.
I gotta really got to if my mom wants to take me back to the Fae.
Okay. That sounds dope. Well, listen, when you get back, you drop me a line. We'll go for a ride in the new station wagon.
Yeah.
He lets you go and just sort of grabs your shoulder and gives you one last little squeeze. And as he departs, he hops in the station wagon. There's the vehicle looks like uh, they were trying to get literally as many people in this vehicle as possible. It is sitting almost on the tires. As he puts it in gear, the rear tires squeak against the inside of the tire wells. And you hear him begin to peel off. And as he departs, you see a number of other seniors, and they are saying their goodbyes to their fellow students in the distance. And as we pan upwards, we see the students, faculty of Sforzando High beginning their summer break. And that is where I'll leave you today. So think about what you did over summer break, and we'll play out a couple of scenes, We'll see what you learn. I would like for you to, especially if you have spells or things like sneak attack, stuff like that. I would like to really lean into how you learned those things, what those experiences were like as you honed those abilities over the course of 3 months. And yeah, get y'all ready for senior year. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
You just keep accidentally making more fake characters. Oops, not because I'm very queer or anything. No,
I
not.
don't only make fairies because I myself am a fairy and also changeling myth.
Just saying. So kudos and congratulations on not dying. Hey, good job not dying. Good job making sure nobody died. And boy, I hate to do it, but unfortunately, I must bid you adieu and au revoir.
Sadly,
And
we got a long rest, right? Over 3
and
months.
remind you as always to be good, to take care of yourselves, and if you can't be good, don't get caught. Mwah. Bye.
Good night.